What up, Jobins? Episode 157. Holy shit. Sean versus Merab's finally announced. Cat's out of the fucking bag finally for old Schmitters.
We knew it was coming. It's just nice that it's officially announced.
Yeah, everyone was getting hints, right? There was all the leaked shit with those Canadian bastards saying that Max was going to be on the card too. Schmitty's on for a little bit though, Jobins. Sean made me promise with my dad not to tell the boys, so I couldn't tell the boys until it was finally announced. But it was really cool how Sean actually told me. And did you see his reaction video that he put on YouTube yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, Sean dropped a reaction to when he got announced being on the Spear card. I'm just gonna keep saying it wrong because people give me so much shit.
Spear?
The Spear card.
The Spear?
The Spear card. Yeah, and so I'm at work. Me and Tim, we were getting ready to do a pod. Sean's like, "Yo, Schmidt, come over to the second gym room. I want to do a little interview thing for Finding Me Love." What's the show? I'm blanking right now.
Is it the Love Island show? What?
Bachelorette. Boom. Sorry,
Oh.
Jobins. Jobins, it's 8:30. It was a late night for the boys. We were up. UFC fights. Long week. 8:30 in the morning
That's crazy.
on a Sunday.
He did a Bachelorette interview?
Yeah, he wanted to. So he sits me down, and when I walk into the second gym room, guys, it's all blacked out. It's like center lining on a chair. Garrett's got his camera set up, so it feels like an interview type stuff, like UFC type shit. And I go to sit down, and they're miking me up, and Sean's all like, "All right, Schmidt, we're just gonna ask you a couple questions. This is gonna be like the intro part of like what you're gonna say what you want." And I'm like, "Okay, bet." And then he starts asking me questions. Boom, I'm answering. I'm trying to be like authentic for the video. And then he goes, "No, I'm just kidding, Schmidt. We're going. I got the Spear card." And I freak out. It's on YouTube. It's pretty cool. But I just thought it was kind of sick how Sean did that. It was fun. I like those kind of ideas and surprises like that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. You expect one thing and get another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because the Bachelorette show, at first, when we first watched the Nelk Boys, I was like, "Oh, yeah, we should do it." But now I'm like, well, that's already done. Like, we should do something else, you know?
Well, I mean, if that's the mindset, then they should have never done it either because the Bachelorette has already been done time and time again.
Yeah, but this was like YouTube famous group of guys that came together on their YouTube. It was like some Mr. Beast shit.
Ooh.
But MTV version. But YouTube.
And it's even more staged. There's even more acting.
Yeah. But they did a damn good job, and it made me want, I'm like, man, if we all did shit like that, it'd be so much fun. But Jobins, $3K for the nosebleed seats for the Spear card. And so I text Dana. I was like, "Yo, Dana, if you need any chores done, let Schmitty know, because I got you, G. I need to be there." Isn't that fucking insane?
I'm willing to sell the rights to my firstborn son.
Yeah, I'm about ready to fucking sell all my UFC cards. I'm like, damn it. I was holding on to these for life, man.
That event's going to be insane, though.
Oh, I know. One in a lifetime. Can you just imagine being in those seats with the screen, whatever's going to be playing on that screen? There's no way they're going to have a bunch of shit going on when the fighters are fighting, right? Or is it going to show stats? What's going to be going on the screen when fighters are fighting? Because I don't think, even as a fighter, this is a first time for everybody. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be fighting. If you're going to have a bunch of shit going on, wouldn't that kind of fuck with you?
I mean, I feel like people that have been in the limelight already, like Sean and the main card, are probably going to be more ready for it. But like anyone who hasn't had those lights on them like that, it could definitely mess with their heads.
I can only imagine.
I just don't know about the lighting. I mean, because you got to block out distractions at that level. So I'm sure that they're going to be playing some crazy stuff.
There's no
throughout.
Way. If there's some shit going on when those fighters are fighting, that's going to be crazy. And I'd like to know how it affects them. Mm-hmm. But I doubt it, right?
Hey, they'll let you know afterwards. Whoever loses real bad is going to have some excuses, I'm sure.
Dude, even though nosebleeds are $3K, we still have to be in Vegas. We have to be outside that fucking globe. Mm-hmm. Because it's got to be just as cool of a show outside.
Well, not just as cool, but it is going to be badass.
Yeah,
still.
of course.
But
You know, Jobins, Schmitty was there. I was there when Sean became the champ. You know what I mean? This is a big task we got ahead. It's crazy, dude. We're going to be saying this every fight from here on out. It feels like.
Ever since even the Boston one, dude, that was such a magical time. So I just know it's going to be like an amazing time again. It's going to be quite the night, bro.
I love Tim because he always likes to make sure that he tells people how serious we take everything because of how much shit talk we do. But it's like, we all know, like, you guys, it's the work you guys show. Like, we're allowed our moments of shit talk.
And even the people that we're shit talking, it's like we acknowledge that they're.
This is a threat. This is an immediate threat. Sean's not even the favorite for the fight, which is crazy because in a way it's not, because you got this guy who's on this crazy, he's undefeated, bringing a lot of threats to Sean. But in my argument, and I'm not biased, Jobins, you have Sean. I think he should be the favorite. You got Sean, who just knocked out not even a year ago. Almost a year ago.
Wow.
But not even, it'll be over a year by the time they fight. But to this day, knocks out at the time the greatest bantamweight champion who was supposed to beat him, and he knocks him out in great fashion. Then rematches the guy that beat him, that didn't beat him, fluke loss.
Right.
Sean wanted to prove that. What did he do?
Masterclass performance, battered Cheeto up.
Masterful. So what are we talking? It's because this guy's undefeated too? You know what I mean?
His wrestling's pretty good, Merab's. I mean he's a specialist.
There's no more talking resume either, because Sean's resume speaks for itself.
Oh yeah.
We're past that.
I'm still on the mindset that like once we see those guys fighting, we're gonna be like, shouldn't they be in two different weight classes? Sean is gonna. I feel like he can bully Merab.
Yeah. And I don't speak for Sean or Tim, Jobins. This is all Schmitty.
True.
They don't. Sean don't give a fuck if he's the favorite or not. Now it's just it's a good time to bet. Put the money on the champ, you know, for the first time.
Gosh.
Yeah. Motherfucker's always been the fucking favorite. So
True.
It is really interesting. I was just thinking, I'm like, what the fuck? But I guess it makes sense.
I mean, Merab's just going to pressure the whole time, I feel like. You don't want to be standing in the center of the cage with Sean.
Yeah. I really like that Sean gets this fight because, go ahead. Don't let Merab be the favorite. Doubt my boy again. Because that fuels Sean and Tim. He wants to show the world that Merab's not even on the same level. Then we're not talking height. Because it's going to be the truth. But then the thing that sucks that I'm already predicting, this is Schmitty's prediction, because it happens every time with my boy. Once Sean and Merab get in that cage and Sean does what Sean does, people will go, oh, Merab's too small. Merab shouldn't have been in there.
This is true, and that takes a lot away from what Sean does.
Yeah.
Because this is a real opponent, and we talk a lot of shit on him. I just said the weight class is joke, but it's like...
And heights.
He's a serious contender.
For real. And he's Russian. Them Russians are fucking crazy tough.
I almost feel like he would have beat Aljo if they weren't like brothers like that and would be willing to fight each other, which I respect they don't, but I feel like Merab could beat Aljo.
Man, I feel like if
it's a tougher fight in my opinion.
I bet between the two too, like if it came down to it, I bet Merab would be the one to be like, yeah, I'll fight Aljo. I bet. So yeah, but yeah, serious task at hand. It's always cool watching Sean get dialed in and get locked in and do his thing. Obviously, anything can happen in the fight, Jobins. It is the fight game. But I always believe in Sugar Shane. So let's go, Sugar Shane. Couldn't be more happier. Like, dude, the spear. Come on.
I can't wait. We should put money on it today, bro.
Oh, 100%.
Just before the odds change, because I feel like once it gets closer to the fight, people are going to wisen up.
It's just incredible. And it just makes sense. Like, dude, Sean's so colorful. Face of the UFC. I'm excited to see the videos and all the production and how they do it.
Dana White's got to be just so happy with, like, Sean's career, too. You know, just, like, a good, marketable fighter who is good, too.
Yeah, good at handling business. That's the thing. It's like that. I know Sean and Tim, that's how they kind of see it in us, you know what I mean? And especially in me, like they're always giving me advice on where to grow and get better at. When you have a guy like Sean with Dana White, who you have this fighter who's creating all these things, you know? Same thing with Joe Rogan, I felt like, with their relationship. Like, it was really cool when Dana White congratulated Joe when he got that contract, that huge contract. Because I bet that's what it's like, because it'd be like if you did something huge and I saw you get something big. I'd be like, damn, that's so fucking sick. You'd be proud, you know? So, yeah. When you got a company man like Sean O'Malley, who not only is a company man, but that's a lifestyle of a whole dedication, a lifestyle of hard work, eating right, focused on fighting, you know? And then really good, super talented, awesome knockouts. Does it all.
He's the complete package, bro, for real.
Well, and then did you see Dana White that he doesn't want to re-sign Muhammad? Even though
what?
Muhammad not Bilal. Not my bad.
Okay.
Holy crap.
I was gonna be like,
I did fuck that up.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
That would be a first.
Yeah. Flyweight Muhammad, 13-0.
That's, oh my gosh.
He had the boring fight last night, which everyone was really excited for that fight. And between him and Manel Cape.
Didn't he sucker punch Manel Cape or something? Is that what?
Dude, apparently Dana was saying in the post-fight interview that, like, apparently throughout his whole career, he's caused problems. He wasn't really getting at what they were, but he was saying the matchmakers hate working with the guy. And then he goes out and fights like that. The media was trying to make it seem like Dana's getting rid of him just because he lays on top of the guys. That would be kind of fucked up if that was the reason. So I don't really think it is, because look at the main event.
I mean, those outbursts and the anger and everything, not being able to control your fighter, it just makes me sad to think, like, if he were to get cut, like, fighting saves people's lives too.
He's gone. They're not re-signing him.
Oh no.
Dana said that PFL is going to get a good undefeated contender.
So he still has fighting, because, like, I'd be scared if that guy didn't even have fighting to go back on, you know, like, with all that anger that he might have.
Well, dude, it's weird. It's weird when the UFC, you know something's going down, JOBINS, when they release someone with that kind of talent. That's a Khabib-type talent. You're undefeated. You're beating everybody. Yeah, they're kind of boring, but that's the kind of fighter where it's like one of those days he was going to have the fight, the exciting fight.
Man, I don't even know if you're a PFL. Do you even sign the guy knowing how much of a liability he is?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'd like to know all the crazy problems. Remember the one fighter who, like, snuck people in through the air duct, and then there was, like, some real even crazier shit behind it? You remember that guy? I forget his name. But
I don't remember that guy. And then there was another guy, too, that wouldn't let go of submissions.
Oh, yeah, and he was really good at them.
I was like, dude, you got to let go when they tap.
Something with an RP, something like that. Yeah, he was all fucking jacked back in the day.
Definitely should have tested that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was like, damn, there must be something going on. That's crazy. Like that guy go. The UFC fights last night, JOBINS. We went over to Sugar Shane's for the first time in a while.
What a fun time.
As a group. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Brendan got a little tipsy.
I'm a little hungover right now, JOBINS.
But you were having a good time. It was cool. It was fun. It brought me back. Because not that long ago, we were doing that all the time. Yeah, the UFC embedded guys there. That was pretty cool. I was nervous as shit. They were videotaping me grill. And you know me, JOBINS, I already panic when I just have Tim and Sean watching me. So imagine a fucking camera on Schmitters. I had to do this perfect.
Shout out to Garrett, too, because inside in the living room, he had his tripod set up right on Sean. And then the UFC guys, they definitely wanted a camera right there. And they just, like, would look over at him and be like, and I was just like, nice.
That's a backbone. Garrett's got a backbone for that camera.
Yeah.
You don't stand the fuck down. When you stand the fuck down, you don't let no one
That was his camera spot. Yeah. What if... Yeah.
I guaranteed he probably talked to Sean about that, too. It's funny. But Patty, first ever to submit Bobby Green. Yeah.
Dude.
King, sorry.
He did surprise me. I didn't think it would be that dominant.
Yeah.
But I didn't have confidence in Bobby Green, I'll be honest. But I didn't think he'd go out like that.
When I see some of the photos, I'm like, I wonder if Patty, because he loves talking shit, and King was going hard at him. I'm like, do you think that kind of submission was like he was planning to get that kind of submission? Because it was right next to his junk. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a shit talk. I'm just saying, from a guy like Patty, the way Patty is, it had me thinking. I'm like, I bet that submission was like looked for.
He's ranked now, too.
Yeah.
How many more fights do you think? I wonder who you would pick for Patty to fight next.
Yeah. I'm back on the Patty thing. I keep going back and forth with him, Jobins. Hate me or not for it. But I liked how he handled everything this week.
You know who else beat Bobby?
What?
The current champion, Islam.
Yeah.
And look at him now.
And look at Jakar. Jakar beat him too.
Future champ there, right?
Yeah. We were at that fight when we saw Jakar beat him.
That's right.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, that's a big fight to win.
Yeah.
I'm on that Patty boat too now.
I know, but because he was talking, he made that tweet about or talking about it, not a tweet or YouTube, whatever. He's talking about how some dumb YouTuber might offer $1 million, so who knows? And I can get sometimes we take things out of we run with it, when really he could just be in a moment saying just some shit.
That would be a really bad mistake for Patty.
I think, yeah.
To do influencer boxing,
well, that's what we all
idea.
thought. The whole first thought of that was, Patty, you can't leave the UFC. So, but then he came out. He was all riled up from it. He was like, "Fuck all you."
His grappling, though. I mean, he ain't gonna be able to triangle like a Jake Paul.
Hey, man, for Patty to go out, he's like, "I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, I know that was in the locker room. This guy's talking all this shit. Where hasn't he lost? Submitted. We're gonna fucking be the first guys to submit this guy, and then do it in a crotch style way, where the crotch is right next to the face, dude. I'm telling you." That's some Liverpool guys,
That's
man.
how he had to get the submission, the triangle choke.
Well, yeah, but I'm just telling you, I would like to know. I'd like to be like, so Patty, you were aiming for that?
He'd probably say he was, even if he didn't aim for that on purpose. He would say he did.
You were aiming for that one. It was funny though. He put him out too. That was fucking crazy. And then, dude, Tom Aspinall,
right?
Fucking Curtis Blades, man, that one was tough. That's got to be so fucking tough being Curtis Blades when you're so talented, so good, and shit just never goes your way when it needs to. Fuck, he said that's mental toughness. That's fucking.
Or is it a mental weakness at the champion level? Because it's like every time he gets to the championship fight,
look who he's fighting though.
Championship level guys.
I know, but that just happens.
If you want to be
sport,
champion, you got to be
man.
championship level guy.
I know, but then there's those guys who it's like, man, if it wasn't for this person would have definitely been champ.
Kind of like Dustin Poirier,
right? Or Colby, back when Colby was doing work and his Usman fights.
God, that just brings up like Colby and Usman. Those guys are still in the mix, dude.
Those heavy shots
Kinda
from the top.
but
Yeah, dude. Tom was getting those heavy shots on the top. Curtis just couldn't fucking get up.
John Jones versus Tom Aspinall.
Well, they're doing the Stipe fight, and then someone made a cool. I forget who they were lining him up with. Tom Aspinall and somebody. But yeah.
He just beat Sergey before that too.
Wow.
He's taking out them heavyweights.
I'm getting once I guess we see some promotions start rolling out for John Jones and Stipe, and we see how it is, and I see how Stipe looks, and we kind of get a look at where Stipe's at. I'll probably get a little more excited for that because you know me. I loved Stipe.
Right.
Stipe was the fucking man. I was so sad when Francis beat him.
I've always kind of rooted against Stipe, but I respect him.
Dude, even the way he won the title was so exciting. I wasn't a big Fabricio fan. That was his name, right? Verdum?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. He had a pretty crazy win over Cain Velasquez way back.
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, Schmitty I was never the biggest fan of him. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. But he had the funny moments with Colby. When Colby threw the boomerang at him when they were talking shit. That shit. Or maybe that was Wanderlei, so it was somebody.
Verdum's a troll, dude.
Yeah.
He had beef with Tony Ferguson, too, I think, back in the day.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. Because Stipe's very well-rounded. He does have good grappling. Francis, if we could just go back and just watch the Stipe Francis turns so fucking sharp and quick on the side.
Bro, go back and watch Stipe versus DC, both of them. DC was fucking him up in that second fight.
Right.
He was. He had to adjust just to beat DC, and he adjusted really well with those body shots. He was getting pieced up, though. God, and John Jones is levels higher than DC, in my opinion. Levels higher.
So you think it's just going to be a walk in the park for old John Jones?
He's going to freaking destroy him.
Fold him like
He's going to destroy Stipe. I would never put any money on Stipe.
Well, then as a Stipe fan, I don't want
Honestly, I don't even want the Stipe fight. I want him to skip Stipe and go right to Tom.
Or Alex.
Or, that would be also really cool. The Alex Pereira fight would be cool.
Yeah, what if they did... What if they did Alex versus Tom? But
Alex
that's for the
might be able to.
interim.
He might be able to beat both Tom and Stipe.
Isn't that dumb? Isn't that dumb? There's some dumb things going on in the UFC right now.
Well, as far as like matchmaking,
Yeah.
I mean, Stipe does deserve the fight. I don't want to say skip him because he does deserve the fight.
Or maybe Tom Aspinall
Versus Stipe or versus John Jones?
John Jones.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer it.
What are we doing?
Plus, I mean, Tom Aspinall is like your British superstar in the heavyweight division.
And then you know what's really going to piss me off? You know what really pissed me off?
What?
Is if John Jones folds Stipe and then retires.
That's what he probably,
That'll piss me off.
Because no one wants this fight.
We're going, well, what about Tom? What about Alex? But Alex is really exciting right now. So literally we'll watch Alex do anything. You hear Alex Pereira's name, we're there.
Dude, if he and Alex fought and Alex stuffed his takedowns and was able to not get trapped in the
kept John Jones up. But then John Jones has those fucking oblique kicks. He's got good range. He's really smart. He's got those wild elbows. Now 12-6 will probably be legal by the time John Jones fights. If I'm John Jones, by the way, and this 12-6 rule's happening now, the next fight I get on top of somebody and my one loss is because of a 12-6 elbow, I'm 12-6 elbowing the fuck out of somebody.
That's his best. That's his goal, right? Is to grapple.
Yeah. Because imagine John Jones on top of Alex, just 12-6.
Dude,
that'd be the craziest shit ever.
I know he's got that unconventional stand-up and can throw stuff like that, but if Alex just stays calm and marches him down, I don't know what John Jones is going to do, aside from trying to take him down and clinch up with him.
Isn't that kind of crazy, too? Because Alex has those short fucking leg kicks that are just so powerful. He's so good at leg kicking. He's so good. And then he's so good at getting that leg up there. Fuck.
The longer his fighting career goes, the more impressive that win that that Izzy has over him.
Let me call Stipe right now. Let me see if we can just get him to wait a little longer. But no, you got a good point. Yeah. And then Bilal Jobins. Bilal beating Leon Edwards.
That's pretty. You know, it's pretty historic too. I think he is the first guy of Palestinian descent to be champ.
Yeah, he was talking that he doesn't want to give Leon the immediate rematch. What do you think?
It's a unanimous decision and
it was pretty dominant, right?
Yeah, I don't think you need to give him a rematch. I think Usman or Colby.
Right? Usman or Colby?
Colby Covington beating him? That'd be crazy. You don't think it's just going to be a wrestling match?
Well, what about the one Asian guy?
Oh, the Shavkat, right?
Yeah. And then it sucks because, dude, Hamzat's fucked up, and we don't know what's going on with Hamzat. It's sad because there's a lot of exciting new talent in the welterweight division. And it'll be interesting. I'm interested in seeing Bilal versus those kind of wild, big, tall striker guys who can do it all, too.
Man, I kind of give Bilal could wrestle with the best of them, though.
Yeah. People were hating that. Last 3 rounds were pretty tough. The
slams were good that we saw.
Oh, yeah. They added up. He 8 shots.
I missed the last round because I was doing the dishes in the kitchen, but I could tell.
Just drunk as hell.
I feel like I didn't really miss anything, huh?
No.
Dude, and then freaking Dana White seemed so pissed off about
Never again.
all the decisions.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so funny seeing him so mad.
Hey, man. Sometimes a fight, we got to learn how to get up. Dana, we got to learn how to get up. How do we get up from these guys?
You can't control everything.
But I think there'll be a shift. People are going to learn how to stop it. Once everyone gets on the same program with grappling and wrestling and everyone can do it and then get to the fight standing, I feel like we'll hit there.
Unless everyone's so good at grappling that they
just cancel it.
They just want to grapple.
Know. Well,
you usually do see cancel outs.
Yeah, that's what would happen back in the day, but now people are just so damn dominant. Fucking Khabib. Change the game.
Yeah, we need to see these Russians get taken down.
Yep. Someone take them the fuck down. Well, that's it for the rest of the year for Old Schmitters with UFC, because now I'm just excited for Sean's fight. So they got to really do something to get my attention. Max, would get me excited.
Yeah.
Later in the year. That'd be crazy if they did like Max and Connor on the same card. That'd be kind of nuts. Here we are talking about
throw Patty at Max.
Psst, no. Patty's got Patty needs
just throw him
a
in
couple
there.
more fights.
It'd be crazy. I'd give it to Patty. I think Patty would sell him.
Taporia versus Max, way more. And then we do have the unfinished beef between Patty and Taporia, but oh well. JOBINS. Today is the 28th. It has been 1 year already since my dad passed away. Boom. He's here with us. He's always with me. I know all that. You learn a lot. I've learned a lot. And it's weird because I still think I'm like, something is just so unique with this one. And I know it's because it's my dad. First person. My life is, even though it's super loud with everything, with everybody and all the shit and how fast everything is, it's still very quiet without my dad. I miss his jokes. I miss him talking all the time. I miss him repeating the stories fucking 17 times. I'm going, Dad, you already fucking told me.
Hey, he was a natural storyteller.
I miss it. I miss it. And then it's weird. It's weird when you go through life and then these historical events happen. And then just the way the world and life is changing and going. I wish I could talk to him still. It's weird. I'm blessed that my dad was so old. When I was a kid, I hated it. I'm like, you're so fucking old, Dad. We can't even play catch, man. But at the same time, it was so cool getting all the insight of those times. My dad was born in 1949, JOBINS. Completely different fucking world than what we live in today.
Dude, it's been a completely different world 10 years, let alone that much time.
Dude, in the year that he's passed, it's weird. And it's weird because when all this AI shit going on, because my dad was late to technology. He was about 10 years fucking late to Facebook, right? But once he got to Facebook, he was obsessed with it. So I feel like that's how the AI shit went on with him. And I was like, damn, I can't imagine him fucking around with AI. That would have been fucking nuts.
Dude, all the stories that would be coming his way. He would have a lot to say right now. Definitely.
Oh, my God. Because my dad was in 3rd grade when Kennedy was assassinated. And he remembered it. He was able to tell, just like me being able to remember, which is weird because I was in 3rd grade. So many things with me and my dad. It's fucking weird of how similar things are. Because he was in 3rd grade when Kennedy was assassinated. I was in 3rd grade when 9/11 happened. Just these big, huge...
So weird.
Weird, dude. And that's just one little thing. You know what I mean? So many other things about me and my dad are super similar. Including my shit talk in my mouth that gets me in trouble.
Well, you say super similar, but it's like, I think crazy events happen all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Just like that. Like, what's going to happen next year that's crazy?
Oh, dude. These next...
Unless election year is kind of a little more crazy of a year. Hopefully it slows down.
Trump's going to come back and he's going to go, boom, boom. I've had it.
If he wins.
Oh, yeah, if he's alive.
Now they are saying that Kamala Harris got like $200 million more in funding. And apparently she's high in the polls. But it's like, what polls are we even looking at? What do you really believe?
Yeah. But, JOBINS, love everybody. Appreciate the people that are in your life that know you. If you have people in your life that know you and love you and know you through back of your hand, those are your people. Those are honestly, that's what matters the most in this life.
Definitely.
Yeah. I've learned a lot. There's a lot of things I've reflected on, and I'm like, holy shit. There was one, the whole Tim kind of got me a little flared up on the confidential pod. Not him, but just like, because religion, man. Like the world, there's been so many wars, so many deaths, so much, we get mad, right? Just as mad as we get politically, people get mad about religion.
It's true.
I'm sitting here right now. I'm grateful that we can even talk about religion without worrying about getting killed, right?
Or dragged out of a jail and then beat to death.
Beaten. Thank you, God. And I didn't, what chose that to be here for us, like on this dirt? You know what I mean? So, the fact that we can come on here, talk about all these things. I don't like when it makes you... it was a story about how a girl didn't like her dad because of religion. And that just fucked me up. And then it makes me reflect. I'm like, damn, dude. Like literally, everybody has such a unique experience to life that makes you, and that deteriorates everything of what you view, how you view things, how you see everything, how you take it all in, how you act to people.
What do you think of Tom Cruise then in Scientology? You know, he had 2 kids that he adopted with Nicole Kidman.
Mm-hmm.
Once Nicole Kidman and him had that divorce and falling out and she was kicked out of the church, those kids refer to her as like a normie, and like they don't even talk to her, have a relationship with her. And that's supposed to be like their mom. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. And then here's the thing. Like, we're normal people, right? So we're not, I was never in this life under massive amount of success with money and talking to literally all the people that run this world and being manipulated and being told things and being paid money to do certain things and not tell people this, you're under an NDA with that. So I've never had that lifestyle, right? That's a completely different world. In my world, in Schmitty's world, I didn't have the perfect childhood, right? Got bullied. My mom and dad did fight a lot growing up, but there was also so much love, right? So it was like that. In my life, I got the 2 parents who fought a lot, and that's kind of how it made me like, okay, so whenever I get in arguments with my friends or family or people, it tends to go to arguing and yelling because that's how I was raised, you know? But then at the end of the day, there was also a lot of strong communication on both sides to understand each other and come back and love each other again. That's true thick and thin. You know what I mean? That's true love of going ups and downs, battling through life because life throws so many things at you constantly, right? So in my life, I got to see that. And even though there were trauma times, that's like at the end of the day, you only remember the love, right? And not in the relationship. Now, and again, I'm blessed. Not everybody has the relationship that I had with my parents. I'm blessed. I'm so grateful, Jobins. When I think about my dad, of course I can remember all the bad times, but you don't do that. You only think about the fucking good times. I'm grateful that I had a dad that supported me no matter what. You know what I love? I can sit here and anything that I got involved in, he was so about.
Supportive.
Holy fuck, am I so grateful to sit here and remember that and have that. And I feel bad for people who don't have that. I feel bad for if a religion separates you. You can't even love, and especially if you have a good dad and religion separates you from that. Like, you only have one dad. You only have one mom. You know what I mean? And they matter so much. And I get it. Like, there's piece of shit dads out there. There's piece of shit moms out there who should never have had kids because of their own mental illnesses, right?
Being and blood related is one thing, but there's fathers that aren't related to their
100%.
kids. 100%. It's all about that role that you take as a father.
Look at Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler's inspiration.
100%.
And he's such a damn good father. And that's right there, like me and you. You're my brother. I love telling people, I go, yeah, that's my little brother. And every day of our whole lives and our whole friendship, and to the day we die, it'll always be this.
Yeah.
You guys are brothers? You know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing changing that.
Yeah. Your stupid juice in your body is what makes me fucking closer to you? No. Get the fuck out. I'm a brother. You know what I mean? And that's what that's all about. When I got it, some of my favorite memories, Jobins, with my dad is my Boy Scout times. He would get so into either the camp. He liked the outdoors shit when it came to Boy Scouts. And he'd always take me to my Boy Scouts thing. But then, like, the Pinewood Derby, he would get so into that with me. And then so did my mom. Like, my mom, she was always the artist, right? So my dad was always the builder. We'd be the builder, the constructor. We're getting the perfect arch.
I remember too, because I was a little jealous.
Yeah.
Because you were older than me, but I'd see you having fun with the Boy Scout stuff.
Oh yeah, I loved Boy Scouts. But then I got that age where I'm like, oh no, fuck that. I'm done with it. I'm too cool. I wish I would have
so lame. You could have been an Eagle Scout, bro.
And today I would have appreciated it. But that stupid teenager mind, you know what I mean? Where
it's a lot of pressures. People get made fun of too.
Yeah.
High school and middle school.
My friends want to play video games. I want to play video games. Yeah. But he'd be fucking making sure I got that arch perfect. And then my mom, I won one year because I had a Spider-Man car. that's OG shit. You know what I mean? But and then at the race, we get excited. I can remember walking out and he'd be like, oh, and we were just so excited. And that was fucking Boy Scouts. And then he had my back. My dad had my back because my football helmet didn't fit. Well, they took forever to get me a football helmet when they said they'd get me a football helmet. So, and then it got to the point where we're 2 weeks into the season and I still don't have a helmet. My dad's fucking making phone calls for me. He had to go pick it up. He's talking to the principal. You know what I mean?
That is BS, but I think it's just because our football program wasn't the best.
My knee.
It wasn't the best funded.
My dad caused all that commotion, Jobins. This shit's so funny. I wish I could talk to him about it. Because he'd be, oh yeah, I was so fucking pissed. I wanted to, you know what I mean? But it's funny because then we got worked up about the helmet. I finished the season. I got put into the fifth quarters. I think there was a couple times I got to touch the field in real game time, right? Mm-hmm. That's demoralizing to me, and especially during the gamings, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, this ain't fun because I was doing all the 2 days. I'm still going to every practice, working out, doing everything, but I wasn't getting to play. So the funny part is I didn't show up the next year. Everyone's like, what the fuck, Schmidt? That coach was like, I went all through that helmet shit. But
the worst part is too, like, you're just such a stubborn
bastard.
It's like there's no convincing you to do something else.
You can only
when your mind's set on it.
When you
There's times I'm like, listen to me. Listen to me.
That's probably Sean and Tim.
And you're just like, well, I don't agree with that.
I'm only human.
No, it's you stick by your guns though. It's a respectable thing. Was your dad so pissed about that?
Oh, he was. He was like, I went through all that trouble to get you that helmet. Come on, Rick. Give it another try. He was a little sad. But did that change how he felt about me? No. Did he not love me less? No. Did he encourage me to lose weight when I got super fat playing video games? Absolutely. That's why when I picked up the volleyball to my friend, because of my friend Mark, he got super excited. And when he saw that I lost, while I was losing a whole bunch of weight, that's the power of effect. When you do something, the people around you change. And he was making healthier decisions. He was doing healthier things. He was wanting to be more active, which was cool to see, you know?
Man, you know what scares me? They just don't make them like that anymore.
Tough.
Like your dad, like that generation of people.
Tough.
Right? And like the fact that they said some pretty heinous shit, like some stuff on the table with the boys where it's like that could lead to fights with people nowadays. But it's like it was just jokes, man.
The conversations that were told to my dad in the 50s, 60s would fucking break people today.
Yeah, dude.
And it didn't. That was another thing. My dad also went through divorces when divorces were like how Tim's dad.
Very taboo at the time.
Yeah, like shunned. Like for your family is my dad grew up with 6. Yeah. So when you got that many brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? And you're the one that's getting divorced, you know what I mean? That would break people. But not my dad. My dad was still strong. Did it affect him? Yeah. But no, my dad was such a strong-minded person. That was probably one of the things that I admired about him. Because I'm just like him, dude. Like, yeah, he could be the guy that pisses you off sometimes with his own opinions.
Yeah.
But he'll be the first person to stand up for you and back you up and really show the point. I wish I was smart enough to say some really whimsical shit about my dad, about his character.
And it's like he was
who he was.
He was, dude. He's just a human, just as any of us, you know. Like
right?
There's flaws too, and it's like I think it's just such an important thing to learn from who he was too, to just be, you know, continually make him proud.
Right.
Because I know right now, I'm sure he's proud, dude.
Oh yeah.
You know, looking down. But we keep leveling up and we keep growing.
Yeah. 100%. I'm glad too. I got to cry with my dad. I saw my dad cry. Saw all levels of my dad, right? And we were always there. I hugged my dad. Never kissed. We probably kissed on the cheek. I never went there.
None of the Tom Brady.
I was never. Who's that UFC fighter? Everyone's giving shit. Kisses. What's his name?
Oh, oh my gosh.
What's his name?
I'm blanking too.
Yeah. But anyway. DDP.
DDP kisses his kids on the lips.
I wasn't kissing my dad on the lips like that, but that's okay, DDP. I'm not judging you, brother. But of course I did kiss him on the cheeks from time, and he kissed me on the cheeks. But yeah, dude, because some people don't get that affection from their dad. There's those people that are like, oh, big, I'm tough, big, strong. You got to be this.
Yeah, I never kissed my dad on the cheek or anything. Hug at the most.
Yeah. I grew up with 2 girls, man. I'm sensitive. I'm a hard on my string kind of guy. I don't give a fuck. I'll kiss you on the cheek right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm grateful I had that with my dad. I'm super grateful for everything I got to learn with my dad, and I'm grateful that I had the dad I had. A lot of reflection, you know? And then you live for him. You live through him. There's a lot of times I think about him every day, you know, but there's a lot of times where it's like I really think about him, sit there and think, and then in a way it motivates me, which is kind of crazy because it motivates me to be better, do better, try and be better.
Yeah, we're on the right track, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. I just wish he was here. That's the thing about life, Jobins. It's so weird how we can, the fact we even exist. You know? We're here and then not here. Holy fuck. And then the weirder shit that keeps coming out with everything. It's like, man, the older you get, it's crazy because it's also sad too. I hope I'm not like this because the human arc, you come into this world so curious because everything's so fucking brand new. Right? And then you grow up, you're learning. Oh, everything. And then you kind of get to this like, oh, whoa. You've kind of learned everything that there is to learn. And then for me, I've kind of gone back and you kind of go back and forth of like, okay, well, let's learn about everything before, right? And then now, thanks to technology, we get to have fun thinking about what the future is, right? But
to me, it's just like going with what you're saying. Like the older you get, and like when you're young, you have this mindset of like, oh, this is right. Like I'm so steadfast in what I believe in, and this is true, and this is never going to change. But it's like the older you get, the more I at least in my opinion, it's like I try to have even more of an open mind. And my thoughts and what I think about things has changed so much, even from being like 25 and being 29 now. Like so much change, dude.
I know. And then, but with my arc thing, it's like, then we learn, like we're in that moment of time where it's like we're thriving on wanting to learn more and understand, right? But then we start getting old, right? And when you start getting old, everything starts decreasing, your memory, your strength. You know what I mean?
But not my thirst for knowledge.
I know. That's what I love my thirst for knowledge. I love learning. I love wondering, you know? I don't want to ever lose that. And that's what's sad, because I think it's just going to naturally happen. You know what I mean? You learn, and then you just start decreasing, you know? And it's like, fuck, man.
I even had this mindset where it was like, if I learn something new every day, then that's a fulfilling life. But then it's like you learn something new, and then you might forget something you had learned a while back.
I love those days when you learn something that was so obvious that you just never knew. And then you're like so mind blown. You go, really? I love those moments.
That happens to me pretty often still.
Really? And I love it when it's like some of my most favorite times is with movies. When we go, oh my God, that's him? Some of the greatest times. But yeah, R.I.P. Daddy, I love you, miss you. If you could do me a favor, Jobins, hug your dad. If you don't have a dad, because you know some real life shit, whoever you look up to as a brother, mother, best friend, somebody. If you ain't got nobody, hug your fucking self, because you got yourself. Seriously. Do it for me. And just say, if I love you to him, and if you got yourself, say, I love you myself, and we got this.
Shout out to the parents that are there for their kids.
100%. 100%. All right. Fun talk. Wolverine, Deadpool. Review.
A review on Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
Man, I had the good, the bad, and the ugly. I mean, there was.
Don't be coming at these Jobins like this with your energy. Say what you said. You know you loved that movie.
I did. I liked it. I gave it a 7.4 Jobins. It definitely was over the 7-point mark. It had a lot of laughs. It was funny. Sometimes, though, one of the bad things I put was that sometimes the jokes were so rapid fire that I got a little joke burnout. And I'd be like, okay, I get it. He's funny.
Really?
But it was like, because, I mean, it's a comic book movie at the end of the day. Like, I want the story to be exciting and, like, there to be real consequences and to be invested in what their goal is that they're achieving. And like, their end game, I wasn't really invested in.
You're a thief.
You were going to say that?
You stole my review because I told you it that night. Jobins, we coming out of the movie theater. He loved it. He loved it more than me. I gave it a 7.8. I gave it a 7.8. I was talking bad about it. This guy gives it a 7.4. He was talking good about it.
7.4. It's a good score.
This guy. And then you just said everything I said.
No, you said other stuff.
I want to know your true.
You said it was dumb. That was stupid.
And I gave it a 7.8.
Yeah, mine's lower.
I know. And I even thought about it after because it hit me in the feels, Jobins. We're not going to give any spoilers. Post-credit scene, they just do a montage video. Hit me in my feels, right? So I'm walking out of there getting hit in the feels. You get hit in the gut. So I was on a little high from that because for Jobins, for Schmitty, again, I believe I was born in the perfect time for all these fucking movies. It's so weird. I was a kid when X-Men came out. I got all the action figures for my birthday. It was great times. Right? Logan, Spider-Man, and Wolverine. Top fucking superheroes in Schmitty's book. Batman was always like my kid, and then when Spider-Man came out with Tobey Maguire, I was Spider-Man forever. Right? When X-Men came out, I've always like Logan is the greatest X-Men. There's no better X-Men.
That's not true.
Nope. It is true.
That's not true. There's one better X-Men.
And it's not Charles.
It's Charles.
It's not Charles. Charles is second.
He is the X-Men.
Nope. He is the X-Men. I'm sorry, man. I get it. I get your love there for Charles.
That's my avatar on my Disney profile, Jobins. Professor X.
Without Charles, I know Jobins. You're looking at nerds here. Without Charles, there's no Logan. I get it.
There's no X-Men.
There's no X-Men. I get it. Oh. But for me, with Logan and his whole fucking character arc, it's just there's nothing like it. There ain't nothing like it. It's the best.
It's not a spoiler to say that the multiverse and the TVA, the time variant authority, is in it. It was just a lot of like, make sure you watch every single episode of the Marvel TV shows that are terrible.
To understand
They're bad.
this.
They're bad. They're poorly written shows that are just mass produced to sell money and generate. That's what it, I mean, there's no real soul in Disney.
You know what I love most about this Deadpool, Jobins? They say it how it is. They say it how what we think. And they shit it on all that. So I love Deadpool for that. They say it how it is. It was funny. I laughed a lot.
It was funny.
Let's give it good reviews. It was funny. Ryan Reynolds did great. It's heartwarming to see Hugh Jackman.
Both the leads did great.
Yeah. It's action-packed. Special effects look good. And it's funny.
And I liked the employment of the cameos.
Yeah. The cameos were fun. Some upset me. And I can't ruin any of those just because it's who I am as a person and when it comes to also my movies. Because there's some other movies. There's a big movie character in 3 movies that Ryan Reynolds was also in, that Wesley Snipes was in, and I'll just say that. And those movies, that movie franchise is also close to my heart.
And that's another reason I'm kind of docking it to where it's not even a 7.5 to me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think it's a mediocre story. And they really threw the nostalgia at us as a cop-out.
Yep.
And then how are you not going to... You put any video and you put Green Day's Good Riddance on it, you're going to get a tear.
But are we being haters? Can we just sit back and enjoy? Because if I just sit back and look at what this movie for it is what it is, it's a comic book movie, and we got It literally felt like I was flipping pages in the comic, watching it, right? Which was cool. I admired that. It was the swan song for Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, where I felt Ryan Reynolds was like, step aside, Logan. This isn't how you do this character. Like, this is how you do this character. With the ending, right? With the montage. Like, that was a kiss. That was a kiss from Ryan Reynolds. And so I loved all that for what that was. So I had to, if I separate my passion from this project and just look at it for the comic book movie of Deadpool who pops up in random comics, it's great, right? It's fun. So we can't really be haters.
I don't care for the bad guy, and I didn't care for the TVA. The TVA is stupid to me.
Okay.
A bunch of people in suits that are supposedly have all this power.
Let's get dark. So the fun rating, I'm going to keep my 7.8 for my fun rating of not being a hater. Now let's get into the real shit, the critique shit, okay? Because I'm going to give it a 6.2.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I keep it a 6.2. That's still pretty decent because of all that other stuff, right? Logan. I didn't like Logan. Did not like him.
I didn't care for his story.
How
he got there.
Not my Logan. Not my Logan, Hugh Jackman. Sorry. Love the outfit. And honestly, we don't need a bunch of scenes of them fighting each other. Yeah, sometimes they're funny, but I wish it was more necessary. And again, with the cameos, if we have this if we're in this multiverse and Mr. fucking Deadpool's going in places to fix things, then I need some intertwining. Because in my head, Jobins, I felt like if you start doing things with characters and this happens, that should have an effect on the main line. There should be some fucking danger. It's just some fucking real danger where we can get invested into a story because of a threat. Why is all this happening?
Why is all of it happening? Well, you would have had to watch season 2, episode 5 of Loki to know.
Holy fuck me. Yeah, no.
This ain't it.
Again, it's just over the top. A little over the top with things. I just wish they would have focused more on, I don't even know how to say it, Logan's character. And like, it's hard to give my really good critique review, Jobins, without spoiling shit. Because I know you guys get pissed when we spoil
All I'm
stuff.
going to say is, like, for them to prop up Wolverine or Logan like they did, to me it seemed like a slight towards the whole X-Men team.
Yeah.
Like, let's not forget all the badasses that are on the team.
Yep.
Come on. You'll have to see it yourself.
This isn't a spoiler. Is this a spoiler? Is it a spoiler, Jobins, to say someone's not in the movie that should be in the movie that you think would be really good for the movie, but they're not in the movie? Is that a spoiler? That's not a spoiler.
Well, no, because I don't even know who you're talking about.
Charles.
Oh, yeah.
Charles isn't even in the fucking movie. What are we doing?
He's mentioned in it.
He's mentioned, and we all know his sister is the villain. So not only is Charles Xavier's sister the villain, and the motherfucker's still not in the movie.
Is it even spoilers, Jobins, if it's based off a comic book and like they don't have original ideas in Disney, so they just take everything that's been made already?
I liked the intro, but I just wish, I don't know. It could have been a little better.
I have a question too. How much is Ryan Reynolds really in the movie? Because he's suited up all the time, and then there was those dance choreography moments where I'm like, is that even Ryan Reynolds dancing? Man. Is that him really dancing? If Ryan Reynolds is really dancing in those scenes, though, I would respect it more.
I would believe it.
I don't think he did, though.
I believe it. I think he's that talented. Ryan Reynolds is the fucking most talented man.
I need to see Ryan Reynolds do dancing like that.
I believe it. There's not a thing I don't think Ryan Reynolds can't do.
Because that'd be next level. But it'd be so easy to have a stunt double when you're fully suited up head to toe. And
let's just think about how cool this is, Jobins, because in my lifetime, me and you literally probably have seen all superhero movies together.
I think, yeah.
We saw all the X-Men. Well, the first X-Men, we probably were just becoming friends, you know?
But X-Men 2?
X-Men 2, we were there. It was my birthday. X-Men 3, we were there. X-Men Origins. All the fucking bullshit in between.
You know what those movies didn't need?
What?
20 years of other movies to make it seem better.
But how cool. Like, it is cool because when we saw X-Men Origins, We hated Ryan. I hated it. We hated that.
That was bad.
And Ryan Reynolds always hated how that went. So in a way, it was really cool. Like, how cool is it in all these years that we get to see Ryan Reynolds do this with Hugh Jackman? Like, that's pretty fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to be just a hater. There were sick things to this. That's why it's those fucking, shout out South Park, it's those damn member berries. Because we're getting pops of member berries and we're getting high off of them.
Dude, we just need some new property. Dude, even Dune is like...
That's money.
Even Dune is just a property that's been like there forever.
Right?
Like, someone make something new.
It's money, dude.
Even a new superhero. Even a new superhero.
We're literally about to get Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, in this. Are they going to be titled Deadpool and Spider-Man? Is it literally going to be like comic books?
Well, you said Swan Song. Is Ryan Reynolds still going to be Deadpool?
I imagine that Swan Song was for Hugh Jackman with Wolverine. That's what I felt. And it was like the kiss of like, thank you.
He's been in it forever.
Yeah. Would I be surprised if he would come back as well? No, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't.
You know who they're going to have be
Who?
the new Wolverine?
Who?
They teased it.
Tom Hardy? Who?
Henry Cavill.
I'm
He's
so
in
over-
everything now.
I'm so over it.
Mm-hmm.
We get it.
I get. That's right.
We get it. We're upset about him about not being Superman. I get it. But that doesn't mean we need to make him Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it seems okay to me.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah. I was saying something. Oh, I was going to go. Robert Downey Jr. is going to play Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday. So here we go. See?
Doctor Doom, honestly, if you've read the comics, Jovins and everything, he's pretty badass.
Oh, yeah.
He's tough.
And there is a version, there is a comic where Iron Man becomes Doctor Doomsday or some shit. Isn't there a comic where Iron Man becomes evil? There's like a variant evil Iron Man.
I don't
believe
know
so.
about. I figured they were just recasting him as Doctor Doom,
Dude,
like Victor Doom.
When I think about all these fucking superhero movies, I go back to V-Stock, and I can just see all these thousands of comics, boom, and I'm like, they're literally just going, and it's like, all right, we're gonna make that one, and it's 1.5, crazy.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but if RDA is gonna keep coming back, because now he's Doctor Doom and Doomsday, I'm sure we'll get fucking Logan. But the people freaked out. It was like God stepped on stage when RDA they had a whole bunch of people with the masks, and then he just unveils himself.
Yeah, Andrew Tate tweeted about it.
Yeah,
He
the
was
people.
like-
It was like Trump putting his hand up. That's what it felt like.
Isn't that kind of scary to
RDA's
think
Jesus.
about, like loving something that much and getting that crazy about it?
He's Iron Man. Iron Man is Iron Man, and we love Iron Man.
He brings it all together.
JOBINS, Dirty Pop on Netflix. I watched those 3 episodes back. I was so fucking hooked on that.
Yeah.
The first 2 episodes weren't as exciting as the 3rd episode. I thought the 3rd episode was by far the holy fuck episode.
They were paced, I thought, pretty well.
Well, yeah, they were. Yeah. I grew up with 2 sisters, so NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, all those in between, Britney Spears. I had to deal with all that.
Shout out Britney Spears.
Yeah,
Dude, I didn't even know LFO too.
Yeah.
I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
Those were such different times. I was watching some Full House episodes, and just the way people dressed, the way that people talked, I'm like, those were such different fucking times with NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Girls just losing their fucking shit. I remember my sisters sitting in front of the TV for the Hansons, singing the songs, and being excited, and they'd watched it 30 fucking times, and I'm just going, God damn it!
It was cool seeing all the girls fanning out
Trying to
over
watch.
these boy bands.
Yeah, dude.
And
They're getting mad at me for wanting to watch Cat Dog. It's like, dude,
Cat Dog.
I'm trying to watch Cat Dog and SpongeBob, and you fuckers want to watch Hansons. So it was cool. It was nostalgic for me going back because all those songs are so catchy, and then Tim loves singing them, so it's just like weird, right? But JOBINS, you got to go watch Dirty Pop
with manager Lou Pearlman, who founded both NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. And bro, I didn't know that was what, you know how you're always like, well, when you have those moments and you learn something, you're like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Lou Pearlman had founded both groups, because I thought they were because they had that rivalry.
Yeah.
I thought they were different management, different teams. So
Isn't
that
it
makes it
wild?
even crazier.
Yeah, because during those times it felt like rivals.
It'd be like watching the Yankees and the Red Sox play each other for the World Series, and you didn't even know that they're owned by the same guy.
Do you think Catch Me If You Can's based on Lou Pearlman?
I put that in here too. Actually,
Well, that's what the
Catch Me
only
If You
thing that
Can.
came to my fucking mind.
With his
It's-
master forgery.
It's real life Lou Pearlman.
It makes me think of that Tommy G video too,
Dude,
where they have people that make fake checks off printers and stuff like that.
you know, it's funny because when we watch it, Jobins, I'm sure you had the same thought too. We're like, oh my God, this AI, again, AI using his voice to tell us what he wrote, right? Like that itself, dude, there's going to be so much. Like what's next? Like, they're going to do it to like Tupac, big Michael Jackson. Like when are these AI Michael Jackson documentaries going to come out with him to where it's like a money grab?
Is it even ethically right with consent?
Right?
Obviously, he's dead. He didn't have any way to consent to his voice being AI'd and him being presented in that light.
And how much is real or not? We're now believing this.
Right.
I believed this Netflix show. But guess what? Everyone was freaking out about that too.
It's pretty obvious that it's real, though, I feel like.
Yeah. Watching the show, I was like, I swear to God, if anything bad happened to my boy Justin Timberlake, I'm going to freak out.
He was noticeably absent from it,
Yeah.
which is weird.
It's weird. And my boy just got a DUI.
I think Justin Timberlake's been through some shit.
Probably, dude. And then imagine like all those guys going through all that shit and you're the super successful one. Like that probably fucking caused shit.
I'm just happy it didn't get to the point where it was just as bad as Quiet on Set.
Oh, yeah. No.
I mean, he was still creepy at times,
yeah.
but it doesn't seem like anyone was
touched or anything.
essayed.
I hope not. Not my fucking boy JT. You don't fuck with my boy JT. I love Justin Timberlake.
What a wild ride, dude. And to think about how people have so much money and then they flee the country. Like P. Diddy or like this
Dude.
guy.
What? All right, little spoiler. We're going to talk a little spoilers on this just because the whole story is a little crazy. And you can go watch it about it. But Lou Pearlman, Jopins, this guy was saying he had millions of dollars in bank accounts in other countries where the bank didn't even fucking exist. Having fucking tax return documents
Right.
that are forged. All this shit, right? So all these people think he has all this money. There's people to this day that still like, oh yeah, he had money. Because here's the weird part. How do you fake? You got to be so, which is Catch Me If You Can, right? That whole movie is a snowball of his first time that once he does it, it was a snowball of how do I keep it going? How do I get more? How do I cover up what I've done?
Right.
Which is what that guy's whole entire life was. Not only to keep it going, but to cover up.
And it ruined people's lives.
Dude, bro.
Because he was spending their money on his lavish watches, suits, the nights he'd go out with everyone.
Steak dinners.
He owned
Brother.
a steakhouse.
Brother, how do you fake this? How do you fake so much power that you can get on the phone with the president the day after 9/11 and get a plane in the air? What is that about?
You know what it says though? It just says that even people in really high positions of power get fooled. Look at Logan Paul getting fooled by his managers on the crypto zoo thing. Like Eddie Ibanez, this guy was like trusted by more people who referred him over to Logan. I mean, imagine if a whole bunch of famous, successful people are telling you, dude, this manager guy, he's the guy to lead it.
Yeah,
You're not
like-
going to really do much investigating.
Yeah, no, if Sean came to me, he's like, yeah, bro, I got this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is with my boy, and everything's good. I would be, it's human nature because I trust Sean so much, and Sean trusts that. Like, if Sean's getting fooled, he doesn't know.
You got to, grifters can get anyone.
Yeah, dude.
That's what it says. You know, like anyone can get fooled.
Dude. That would be such a mind fuck. The documentary is crazy, Jobins. Go fucking watch it. Dirty Pop on Netflix. That's the shit I live for. Finding that kind of shit out.
You know what they're going to make? They should do Narcos again, bro. Did you hear?
Oh, yeah. Dude,
What's
this
going
one,
on?
Jobins.
Crazy.
This is for Peep. This is for Mac. This is for Angus Cloud. This is for, the Foo Fighters drummer. Anybody who died from fentanyl. There's been so many people who have died from fentanyl, and all the, yeah, dude.
Can I ask you something, though?
This is for them.
The timing's weird.
Oh yeah.
Because it's election year.
Oh yeah.
And now Ismail, who co-founded the Sinaloa cartel with El Chapo,
Brennan.
El Mayo Zambada,
Ain't nothing
40
changed.
plus years of trafficking, bro.
When you can get a drug so potent, so crazy, where you're so addicted because it's the best feeling, 35 cents a hit. 35 cents a hit. Cheaper than weed. It's cheaper than weed. The poor people. When you have a drug that homeless people can afford, we got a real fucking problem. And you think shit's changed since fucking America wanted the piece of pie of Pablo? Ain't nothing changed.
And how many sons? He has 4 sons, and the 2 of them are
Yeah.
out, but 2 of them are pretty
Bro.
crazy still.
Ain't nothing changed. That's all. It's a system.
And then just the timing kind of just upsets me. It's like, I feel like they could have done this even sooner, but they wanted to get that pat on the back for election year and be like, look what the administration did right before. Now go and vote because this happened. Now we did this now, finally.
Here's the real question. Will it actually, which it won't, will it actually help get fentanyl off the streets? No.
Power vacuum.
Yeah. And what happens every time this happens?
Someone takes the place.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of violence and killings. They're worried that the Sinaloa cartel is going to have a little civil war because of El Mayo, the Zambada guy.
That always happens.
Yeah, right. Still, it's going to be probably pretty bloody, though, which is sad that people are going to be dying.
Yeah. That whole fucking cartel shit is so crazy, Jobins. Yeah. I just hope, you never know, dude. You just never know. I was excited. I was a little happy though that he got arrested.
Dude, those guys are bad at the end of the day.
100%. 100%.
But that is definitely some Narcos TV show shit going on.
And then that shooting that happened in Chicago, Illinois. There's a lot of just bad shit that's happening all the time. The one that upset me a lot because it's like, I was telling Tim, I was like, Tim and Sean would be excellent cops. More so Sean than Tim, I think, and I give Tim shit because of his road rage. But Sean's really good at de-escalating situations. And it's probably because he knows he's a killer and he'll kill anybody, that he could kill anybody that's fucking being dumb and causing problems. But he's real good at de-escalating a situation by calming the person down in every situation is completely different and so unique. But in moments that I've seen, he's able to calm people down and kind of show them, like, because he's in moments I've seen people are arguing, right? These two people are bashing heads, they're arguing, they want to fight each other. Sean can make these two calm down, realize what they're fighting about, and solve it without anything getting worse. And as a police officer, that's what you should be doing. This is a woman who obviously is mentally ill, right? A little mentally ill right there. And again, you have these cops. He was short right off the bat. Aggravated. And I get it. You're banging on this woman's door. No one's coming to the door. You're already kind of alert because no one's coming to the fucking door. The police were called for this. I think they even made a comment. She could be dead. Hope not. You know, so there's all these situations. We have no idea what it's like to be a cop where you go into the craziest situations every day. Right?
Thankless job, too. Everyone hates the fucking police now.
Yeah, no one wants to be a cop. So I'm not, police officers, thank you for your service. I'm not saying this, and I'm not, you know what I mean? Because this is such a fucking hot topic. But, bro, a mentally ill woman who, and this is a big cop, who's had issues, right? This is a big, strong cop against a little mentally ill woman, and she has a pot of hot water. Come on. That is no reason to shoot a woman in the face.
No.
It's no reason to shoot a woman in the face.
How hot's the water?
Brother, it don't matter.
If it throws in your face and gives you third-degree burns.
You got a partner, you know what I mean? And it's time to be a little alert. You know what I mean? Time to be a little alert. Use your alertness. And there's other ways. You know what I mean? Taser. Do something. She does not have... The boiling hot water is not a life-threatening weapon. Could it fuck you up? If it went in your eyes, could it change your life drastically? 100%. But is it going to end your life? Is that boiling hot water going to end your life?
If I was blinded, it ends my life in a way.
If he was by himself, maybe it's a little scarier situation. If he didn't have an officer with him, and maybe you haven't checked the whole house, who else is in the house? I can see those scenarios, but that wasn't the scenario.
So what exactly even happened? I'm not even familiar with the story.
You didn't watch? I watched the whole thing. It fucked me up. It kind of made my stomach drop just because it happens real quick. He shoots real quick. So this woman calls for help for the police, right? And the video that I saw starts, it's got camera from both the officers. It starts with the officer's partner who did not shoot the woman. And they're surrounding, they're walking around the house, and then they're walking to the door. They had just searched the area. They knock on the door. It takes her a while to come. And he's like, at first it's a nice knock, you know, and then the other guy who shoots the woman, he comes, boom, boom, boom. And then like they're waiting. And then they're talking, they're wondering, they got their big bright light flashlights out. They're shining it in the windows, looking, they're observing, they're making, you know, you'd be on a little alert. You're on alert. You get called to this house at night, woman's in distress about someone possibly breaking in. Is she hurt? There's so many questions that's going into an officer's head. Questions that even a normal human like us, we don't really think of because they're taught to think these scenarios. It's a dangerous scenario, potentially. She takes a while to knock on the door. Finally, she answers, and she's obviously distressed and not mentally there. She's kind of going, "Oh Jesus!" She's like, "Oh, I was wanting for help," and the officer's going like, "Well, what do you need help for?" You know what I mean? He's kind of being short a little with her. She's kind of being weird, not kind of being to the point because she's mentally ill looking, seeming because she's like, "Oh Jesus!" She's talking to God. She's like, "Oh please Jesus." Well then, you don't know. The officer kind of goes and looks around because she says that, "Oh, there was someone around my house." So the officer kind of goes around. He's looking again. He's just checking the side of the house while the big tall officer is talking to her still. Well, then they go inside, and then the other officer walks back in with them. And the cop, he's being short, but he's being cool. He's wanting to get out. He's just wanting to figure out what's going on so they can get out. The house is all kind of cluttery looking, like a mess. Another sign to show you, hey, dealing with a mentally ill woman. And she's just sitting on the couch, and he's asking her to get her ID. Well, she's like looking for it, and then she's also talking. She's like, "Oh, please, Jesus, save me," like kind of being just nutty, right? Right. And she can't focus on getting her ID. And then he's like, "Oh, just focus at one task at hand so I can get out of here. Just show me your ID. That's all I need." And she's, "Oh, I don't have my ID." Well, then she walks over to her kitchen, and there's a whole bunch of shit, and she's getting water in the thing. She's getting this thing of water, and she's talking, and and then you can't really hear what she says, but she says something regarding that she's probably going to throw water on the guy. Oh. He immediately goes, from her saying that, he goes, "You better not. I'll fucking shoot you right in the face." Oh, yeah. Immediately.
Right.
Immediately.
Nah, that's right.
Immediately.
Way out of line.
Immediately. "You better fucking not. I'll shoot you right in the fucking face." And then he pulls his gun out, and she gets scared. She goes, "Oh, no, I'm sorry. And he's aiming it right at her, right?
Yeah, that's extreme.
In a split second, it looks like she stands up because she's scared and she's mentally ill, and that's what they're expected, right? I'm expecting this. If I'm a cop, I'm expecting this fucking water to go flying. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to be a little mad.
What about even a taser?
A taser, bro.
Right? You could still have put her down with that.
Boom, boom, boom. And then even the way he reacts after he shoots. "Oh, fuck. God damn it. Fuck. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, there's nothing we can do." She's bleeding out on the fucking floor. He's like, "Oh, there's fucking nothing we can do." They called in. He's walking to his car, and he's just, "Fuck. Fuck." And then you could tell when all these groups, a whole bunch of cops come.
He should get in a lot of trouble for that.
He already got fired because he had already had back.
That's really out of line.
He'd have been transferred. He's been transferred multiple times apparently.
See, once you explain this situation to me, it definitely made it a lot worse.
Dude, watching it was horrible. I don't like it. That's the shit.
He's a murderer. He killed someone.
The looks on all these cops' faces as he's walking and like getting tape. You obviously know he's frantically fucking trying to keep his shit together, and he's gone.
Dude, there's no excuse for that. I mean, even the taser could potentially kill someone with a pacemaker or something, but that at least you were trying to not use lethal force.
Oh, bro.
That's shooting in the face with a gun, bro. That is intentional.
Yeah. You could tell the looks on all these faces of the cops looking at the guy from his body cam. Like they were like, "This guy's fucked."
Dude, it sucks.
And that woman's
cops,
dead.
Bro.
She's dead. She does not exist anymore. There's a family of hurt people. You know what I mean? When like, what the fuck? A senseless killing. dodge the fucking water, get a little angry. I get it. Okay, bitch. You're gonna. I mean, I shouldn't even say bitch because that's horrible to say. The woman's dead. Horrible way. I'm sorry for that. Sorry for that, for real.
No, I get you.
The lady throws the water at you. Swoop. You get hit a little bit. Your arm's burnt. Get her on the ground. If you got if you're fucking tasing her, taser.
And that's even a little excessive.
That's a little
too.
excessive.
That's even a little excessive. But at least it's better than a gun.
Yeah, better than. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty outrageous story.
It
just sucks because there's so many good police officers out there,
dude.
and then you get the one or two that just
Papa O'Malley.
make the headlines.
JOBINS. I love Papa O'Malley so much, and the stories that he tells me as an officer, you would cry. You want to hug him. You know what I mean? He's not out to get anytime he dealt with someone who was mentally ill, a drug addict, he's the kind of officer to go above and beyond after the arresting. It's not just about arresting this person and getting them in and being on with your job. Papa O'Malley's the kind of officer, he wants to see that person's life change.
Right.
And he'll do anything he has to help that person change their life. That's a cop. That's an officer. That's a good human. That person, like Tim was saying, a lot of cops haven't been in fights. They haven't been beat up. They don't know how to be properly trained.
Right.
That's the issue here.
Properly trained. And
That's
then you
the
got all
issue.
these idiots that want to defund police. It's like you need more funding for police.
Yeah, dude.
So that they have proper training.
Yeah.
And more vetting, too, so we don't get the bad apples in there.
You would think that if we really want good cops and everything, that like we would treat them good.
100%,
And
dude.
not only properly trained, so fucking held at such a high end for the safety of everybody. Because I get it,
Get
dude.
this, bro. It's bullshit.
The
At
world's
the
crazy.
banks, you can get a free account, JOBINS, for being a military veteran, but not for being a police officer or a firefighter. Unless a lot of them are military veterans already, but not everyone.
Yeah, and
that is in those services, they deserve that shit too.
Yeah, because guess what? The military are fighting the war on the other soils and whatever. Officers and firemen and ambulance people,
100.
they're fighting the wars on our soil.
You
that we're
shouldn't have
causing.
to be required to be just one. You know, like emergency services deserve.
I
Those
can't
benefits.
imagine how fucking scary it is to be a cop. There's so many scary fucking people in this world, JOBINS, that just want to be mean and evil.
Paramedics, like you said too,
Yeah.
dude, going out random places in an ambulance and picking up people, saving lives. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, dude. Think about being a paramedic and you gotta take care of the bad guy because he's in critical condition.
That's
And you know what? Like that would fuck with you.
Doctors too have the HIPAA or that oath that they take, and they have to patch people up too. Like you
Oh,
could
yeah.
have the next Hitler in your bed,
But
and
you
you still
got-
got to make sure he lives.
Yeah. Just a lot of crazy shit going on, JOBINS. A lot of crazy shit.
I got one more crazy story.
What's up?
There's a Dutch beach volleyballer named Steven van de Velde, and he's in the Olympics right now, bro. And guess what? He's a convicted child rapist.
How does that even work?
So what happened, JOBINS, is back in 2014 when he was 19 years old, he was messaging a 12-year-old in England online and met her in England and took her virginity. And the only way the authorities found out is that she went the next day to purchase Plan B.
As a little kid?
And he got 1 year of prison.
If I
He
can't
got a
buy-
1 year prison sentence because apparently in the Dutch penal system, it's like a little different. So the charge, it was supposed to be like 4 years originally. He only served 1, and now he's actually in the Olympics.
If I'm getting ID'd for a pack of lighters, how is a little girl not getting ID'd for a fucking Plan B?
That's how they knew that underage. They were like, "You're 12. How's
Yeah.
this even possible?" And then if then the story comes out, and then she's also come out saying that like the events that had happened that it, like led to her being like I think like suicidal or depressed and like
Damn.
a drug addiction.
Well,
Like
yeah. That fuck you up.
yeah. And he's playing
How?
for the Dutch team.
Yeah, I don't get that. He shouldn't be allowed.
He should not be allowed. A lot of people are upset about it.
Well,
but,
yeah.
I mean,
everyone should be upset about it.
I guess the
should
Dutch
be a
don't
lot.
have the Dutch. I guess don't have enough good volleyballers, so they have to get the bad ones too.
There's so much fucked up shit with the Olympics too, dude. Yeah, dude. That is
I had to
another
double
fucked up
check it
story.
and look through multiple sources to make sure that was even real news.
Right?
Because I was so like, that's got to be fake. No, it's real.
If you're a child predator,
you should not be allowed to.
How are you? If you're a child predators aren't even allowed certain feat in school.
Right?
How is this guy on a fucking Olympics team?
Representing a country, and people look up to Olympians.
Supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Those are supposed to be stories of inspiration.
And people you look up to and how you should live your life. Hey, look who ours are. Sugar Shane O'Malley and Tim Welch.
Hell yeah.
Some of the greatest fucking minds on this planet.
Right?
And we're so blessed to be able to learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
Good episode, brother. Love you, my man.
I love you too.
Love
bro.
you, Jobins. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there. Love each other. Let's get through this fucking week healthy and safe.
Mm-hmm. Take care, Jobins.
Do work.